So I already did part one showing the different techniques of welding between the tacking method, dragging, and an actual proper method. So these are the straps that I prepared for the bend test. First, we're going to do the tacking method. Now the face bend came out all right, but when we do the root bend, this is a different story. You can see the pieces start to separate from each other, and of course, it cracks and falls apart. Now, if you look inside these pieces, you can see all these worm track porosity that's showing up in a little bit of slag. Not a good thing, kind of unexpected. Now, for the one that I did the incomplete penetration but still drug it, the face bend again came out fine, but then we did the root pass. And to be expected, the root pass started separating apart, but it didn't break. That leads me to believe that the IP just caused it to reach its maximum yield strength based on its strength there, but there was no porosity to be seen. Now, the proper method, again, the face bend came out just fine as the other two, but then we get to the root bend. And the root bend came out just fine as well. This goes to show you the difference between doing things right and doing things easy. Now, there is a little indication up there on the top, but it's so small that it really doesn't much matter. It's still a pass. So now I wanted to do this video in order to show people the proper way to do things and what the consequences are if you don't. I don't typically like calling people out on stuff like this, especially on social media, but this has to be said. This is the wrong way to do it. There is worm track porosity, there's some cluster porosity down at the bottom, and there's even some slag trapped on this side. This is how brittle that weld is. That is a very bad way of doing it. I showed you guys the method of just dragging it and not getting the proper penetration. And even with the improper penetration, even though this is a failed weld, this didn't break in half. There is still some strength there. Now, there's no porosity that I can see. There might be some slag trapped up towards the face of the weld, but I can't really see that far. But as you can see in there and in the picture, this is a much cleaner break. That leads me to believe that there is little to no porosity in here. And then when you guys do things properly, you get a passing weld. This is the proper way to do a joint like that. I don't care what it's for. I don't care if it's for something that's not gonna hold any weight. I don't care if it's gonna be 1,000 pounds. Whatever it is, you should always make a weld proper because you never know what's gonna happen down the road. And I know most welders know the difference and know what's good and what's not. There are people that are learning. And we have to understand that if we're gonna teach these guys how to weld and do it right, then they have to do it right. This is completely unacceptable. Subscribe and follow for more. And if you see any more videos like that, send them my way. I'm gonna start calling these out.